Let me check.
Any of you guys can confirm if we are live on YouTube? Or if there's...
No, I don't think we're live.
Okay, okay.
I wonder. Oh, wait, it just came in. It just came in. Let me reload. I just got a notification.
Yeah.
There's an ad for me
Reload. I just
Oh, perfect.
on YouTube, and yeah,
Yes,
I
we're
think
live.
it's an ad for me
Oh, perfect.
on YouTube, and yeah,
Yes,
I
we're
think
live.
it's an ad for me
Okay, we are
Oh,
live.
perfect.
on YouTube, and yeah,
Yes,
I
we're
think
live.
it's an ad for me
Okay, we are
Oh,
live.
perfect.
on YouTube, and yeah.
What is going on? I feel like I'm stuck in a loop.
We are live.
On YouTube, and yeah.
What is going on? I feel like I'm stuck in a loop.
It's okay.
What is going on? I feel like I'm stuck in a loop.
It's okay.
What is going on? I feel like I'm stuck in a loop. Wait a second. What is going on? I feel like I'm stuck in a loop. Wait a second. Can you guys hear that looping sound as well, or is it fine on your end? Can you guys hear that looping sound as well?
It's fine for me.
Is it fine on your end? Can you guys hear that? My God, I have
sound as well? It's fine for me.
In echo.
On
your end?
You're
One second.
still hearing?
My God, I have
It's fine for me.
in echo. One
You're
second.
still hearing?
My God, I have
It's fine for me.
in echo. One second.
There's like kind of a loop.
Test. Maybe by now. Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I felt like I was stuck in a loop or something. Whenever somebody said something, it was said on repeat for 5 seconds. And so it was getting louder and louder. Everybody was talking all at once. Okay, perfect. Thanks for joining despite all these technical difficulties. Yeah, that's actually that meme is exactly how I felt like right now when I and all the others were talking to myself on repeat. That was really insane. Earthbody, you can still buy some stocks straight away if you don't wait too long. But actually, never mind. We have the cutoff already, but afterwards you can still join in with the Evertrade game. We already have a nice crowd here as well, so that is great. Oh, I think now I know. Oh, okay. I think I just realized why I had that crazy loop going on, because I had the live stream open and the live stream was playing back, basically making it an infinite loop. Okay, cool. That was very stupid of me, but now we figured it out. I can turn on the live stream and just mute it, and then we should be fine. Awesome. Okay, I think we are good finally. So welcome everybody to this edition, to the March edition of the Top 10. The first one where we actually have the Evertrade trading game going on. So there is a lot of things on the line for everybody that is trading, but of course the main focus of this event is to figure out what the new top 10 looks like, where the new units land, where the meta has shifted potentially, and so we can kick it off because we already took a while to get started anyways. I think we can immediately go into thinking who could be the number 10 this time. I'm not sure. I think on YouTube we didn't, you guys didn't see it yet, but we had Dark Jeanne on number 42. So the previous number 1 has fallen to just 7% usage now. Quite unfortunate for her. And then we also saw Earth Anya at number 28 with slight losses, actually 12% down compared to last month, and now at number 28 with 38% usage. Funnily enough, today is exactly 800 days since her release. So a good 2 years and 2 months, I suppose, or something like that. Okay, then let's see. What do you guys think for the number 10? Any ideas who that could be this time? First, number 10. guessing extremely hard because everything could happen there. But what are you guys' picks? You can put them in the YouTube chat, in the Discord chat, and just talk it out loud if you unmute yourself.
I'll go with Sleeping Beauty for number 10.
Okay, Archie going with Sleeping Beauty. That would be 2 ranks down. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 ranks down.
Asher and Cerberus. Okay, wow. Okay, Cerberus after 4 days, that would be a very steep increase. But I mean, honestly, after 4 days, they have a lot of boosts as well. So if her usage was picking up quite quickly, then even at some lower usage, we could still make it into the top 10. So that would be the case. We have Asher and Kiyo in chat saying Himiko. Okay, Himiko is a fair guess as well. I think Himiko last time was what, number 11?
Yeah.
So that would be 1 up. Burn back on the ranks. Etsunex is saying, okay, maybe Burn has a little rise again. I'm not sure if we saw this yet. I do think that releases like Yukata Ludmilla could push up Burn, but keep in mind that Yukata Ludmilla was not released when the data was collected. Hinata is now saying King Arthur at number 10. I think that is actually would be a rise again for King Arthur. Interesting. I think we don't have any guesses on YouTube. We didn't get the correct guess yet. I can already say that. So if you wanna give it another shot, you can try again. Asher is going with Giga Rolotia. Lynx as well. Giga Rolotia last time was number 10 as well, so that would be basically stable rank for her. Exi is putting Kaguya buy. I'm not sure if that's saying Kaguya at number 10 or if you want to buy Kaguya, but for the buying, of course, use the Evertrade chat. That is over
Let's
here.
go with Angel Jeanne then for number 10. I think Angel Jeanne is fair.
Angel Jeanne at number 10. That could be the case. Yeah, I mean, she was number 9 before, number 10 now. That would be just 1 down. I mean, if a new unit or maybe 2 units are joining the top 10, then somebody has to fall at least a little bit. We have Hinata going with Alice. Okay, that would be a bit of a jump. Kiyo saying Storm Dark Swimsuit Dark Jean or Bright Reset. Aufzug-chan on YouTube is saying Beach Astrid. Beach Astrid? What is
Who?
that? Water Astrid that is on the banner right now.
Is that water? Ooh.
That would be interesting. I mean, Water Astrid, the fully awakened art is one of my favorites. So I mean, if it was an art ranking, then might agree with with Water Astrid, but this is more about the current meta. Let's see. Clover is also going with Dark Angel Jeanne. Okay, we have some pretty agreeable guesses, I guess, with Angel Jeanne and Giga Rolotia being the most guessed, and it is actually one of them. So I think we can kick it off already and start with the number 10 for this month. And I'm gonna reveal it now. I think people who sold this unit will be happy because she is losing quite a bit of true power, but she is still staying at number 10. It is Giga Rolotia, still top 10 this month with a true power loss, but with the rank actually being stable. So that is quite interesting. Number 22 in Americas, but everywhere else, and especially in Europe and rest of Asia, she's actually a top 6 unit, basically a staple at number 5 in Arena. So basically the first entry unit, very, very strong there with the sleep wards that she can provide as well, and the Chrono Chaos. Of course, quite nice, but yeah, still holding on to the number 10 spot.
She's holding on it. for quite a long time because I didn't think she was that strong when she first released.
Absolutely. I think actually her value increased after she was released, because I think when she was released, Sleep wasn't that dominant. I think when she was released, we actually had that era of Burn actually being super dominating in the Platoon 1s. And in that era, Giga Rolotia was basically really
Yeah, it was kind of
difficult.
meh.
Yeah, exactly. And now with Sleep being everywhere, Giga Rolotia can provide a lot of value actually. And so yeah, she definitely, I think if we look at the true power, she actually gained ranks over the last few months. So I think she wasn't top 10 for quite a long time. So quite unusual for an Evertale release to gain that kind of significance later on in the life cycle. So yeah, but she did still go down, as Exoforce is pointing out. We have some losses here for Giga Rolotia, 353k down. It is 7% down for the market price. But let's move on already. Let's check out number 9 next, where we will see a different unit, of course, than number 10. What are you guys' guesses? What do you think number 9 could be occupied by?
Continue to guess Cerberus.
Cerberus again, okay. Jason's still holding on to the Cerberus guess. Let's see if it turns out correctly. Escher is going with Angel Jeanne. Hinata is going with Himiko. So some guesses that we have.
I'm going with
seen.
Sleeping Beauty again.
Sorry, say that again, Archie.
I'm going with Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty again. Mm-hmm.
Number 9.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kiyo is saying has to be Himiko now. I mean, Himiko, let me verify that before I make any claims, but I think Himiko last time was
11.
Yeah, number 11. She was up last time, so on an upwards trajectory. Not as much as Giga Rolotia, but yeah, she was pretty close to the top 10 last time. So let's see.
No.
Um,
I don't think that any of the units with strong survivability skills will rise because of Dark Cindy's ability to just bypass all of them. So units like Himiko, Angel Jeanne, and Storm Jeanne, I think they will probably all lose true power.
okay, yeah. I think that's a fair assessment. That could very well be. We have some more guesses for Angel Jeanne at number 9. Sleeping Beauty from CR Wolf. Sleeping Beauty also from Sam as a guess. Swimsuit Dark Jeanne from Clover. Exoforce is also saying Jeanne, so a lot of Jeanne guesses. Hetzonix is asking why her at number 10. Well, Giga Rolotia is, I mean, that's just what the data says. True power calculation. Not enough time to go into the details here. But there is a video on my channel explaining how it's calculated. Angel Jeanne guess from Lynx as well. I think Gianmarco on YouTube is also saying Angel Jeanne. Hetzonix also going with Angel Jeanne. Jason is saying Anya versus Jeanne. Wait, which Anya or which Jeanne? Or are you just saying in general if we put all Anyas versus all Jeannes?
Oh, it's a good question.
Say it
How many
again, Archie?
Anyas and Jeans are there?
Oh, we have Water
many?
Anya, we have Earth Anya, we have Storm Anya, we have Light Anya. I think we have 4 Anyas. And Jeans, we have Light Jeanne, Dark Jeanne, Storm Jeanne, Angel Dark Jeanne. I think both 4, right? Could that be? Not sure if I'm missing any. Oh, we had Water Jeanne as well. So we have 5 Jeannes, both, and 4 Anyas. So I think the Jeannes might have.
Jeans are the winner.
Yeah, I think the
Jeans
Anyas are very, very much in terms of tanks and stuff. But Storm Jeanne also has some tanks. So yeah, I think Although Water Anya is really strong right now. But yeah, I think the Jeans would probably win because Anyas are very much tanks and supports mostly.
Yeah.
And also Jeans are 5 versus 4, so could be the case.
Or soon to be 10 versus 4 because they almost all can summon Michaelas.
True, exactly, yeah. So they can actually multiply. True, except for the latest one, the Dark Chain. Okay, well, let's get back to the number 9 guesses. And while you guys were pretty close, and Gerald on YouTube meanwhile also putting Sleeping Beauty down as a guess, we didn't hear the right one yet, actually. So it is another unit at number 9. It's not Himiko, it's not Angel Jeanne, it's not Sleeping Beauty, it's not Cerberus. Escher is going with Odin now. Okay.
Wait, did we get Storm Jeanne? As I guess.
No, we didn't get that yet. So Archie going with Storm Jeanne
Okay, then that's my guess. Yeah.
Then Dark Cindy.
Dark Cindy. Okay, yeah, fair. That's also a guess. Blood Moon going with Loki. Kyo going with Loki. Okay, double Loki guess. That's interesting, given that Loki I think was number 20 or something last time.
What would you go for?
We have Otohime as a guest from Excel Force. Okay. Was having some interest there because of his IPO offer in Otohime. Let me quickly pull it up. We did have the correct answer now. And when I talked earlier about you guys being really close in the first round, I was actually referring basically to you guys actually saying the name a lot already, but it was the wrong element. Archie and a few others in the chat were actually correct. We have Storm Jeanne at number 9.
Yeah.
Down 2 ranks, still top 7 everywhere except in Japan, but yeah, she is dropping now, but still 86% usage. So everybody seems to be still getting a lot of value out of her support and stun functionalities. Bloodmoon is saying he's forging Storm Jeanne, might be a bit early. But yeah,
I can see it.
But yeah, she is down quite a lot, to be fair. I mean, she's losing 12% of her true power and also her market price following that. But yeah, for a 442 days old unit, still very, very nice placement here from Storm Jeanne. But I mean, I think 1 year ago, pretty much exactly 1 year ago, she was still number 1. And now she's still in the top 10. So that's quite the achievement. And yeah, I think that's that for number 9. I think we can already move on to number 8. I mean, to be fair, number 9 for Storm Jeanne at this point might be a bit overvaluing her still, despite her losing a lot of true power, I think. But people can still bring a lot of, kind of value from that kind of pseudo guard, from the kind of Storm Michaela entry and stuff like that. So a lot of top teams are still using her.
You will leave soon. Because more and more units have been coming that can ignore the indestructible guard.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of that makes Storm Jeanne less valuable. Yeah. And also, I mean, just in general, Storm Jeanne, except for that kind of guarding and stunning stuff, is a bit lacking nowadays. And also, Survivor's Fury and stuff like that with 300 time unit locks is in the current meta just a bit too slow. So yeah, that's. I think Archie, you mentioned it earlier already that Survivor's Fury is a bit struggling right now. You need at least some skills that can push some serious damage out before that. But yeah, let's see what the chat is saying about the number 8 guesses. Clover is saying maybe Storm Dark Jeanne dropped to number 11. Then we have doubt it. Okay, Kiyo is placing the first guess here with Himiko for number 8. Okay, still Still saying Himiko continued her upwards trajectory and gained some ranks here. Hinata is saying Kaguya. Etsunix is saying always if I read SD Jeanne, I always think about Storm as the first one. But yeah, it's Swimsuit Dark Jeanne, of course, or Angel Jeanne. Lynx is saying Odin. Asher and Blood Moon and Clover are all saying Odin, so a lot of agreement here. Odin was previously number 6, so that would be 2 ranks down for Odin.
Continue to say Cerberus.
Cerberus, okay. So Jason is still saying Cerberus. By the way, Jason, if you say Cerberus basically at number 8, do you expect any of the other new units to join the top 10 as well?
A Dark Cindy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go for Otohime for 8.
Oh, okay. Switching it up now. Archie previously going for the Sleeping Beauty, now for Otohime at number 8. We are already at like 5.4 million true power. Let's see where number 8 comes in. Exoforce saying, okay, Dark Cindy will come later. Blood Moon is saying number 6, Himiko. Now we're getting into very high ranks. This reminds me of, I think, 2 months ago or 3 months ago when there was a lot of, I think in December, where there was a lot of people thinking, okay, maybe Himiko actually goes to number 1, and then it was Water Anya instead. Otohime.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was really, oh man, that was really fun because that was so much insecurity about the number 1 was never happening before, I think. So yeah, but we have quite a few Otohime guesses at 8. I think no guesses on YouTube right now, so I'm gonna say there is no correct guess yet. This time we have a bit of struggle getting the right guesses down in the first round. So you guys want to try again with the number 8 guesses? Not Himiko, it's not Angel Jeanne, it's not Otohime, it's not Odin. Asher is going with Kaguya.
Dark Sun?
Ooh, Dark Sun Wukong, okay. Well, could be. I mean, she didn't have her second banner yet, and she was the 4th banner in a long row of banners, so maybe a lot of people basically had to skip her.
No, I'm going back to Sleeping Beauty.
Archie going with Sleeping Beauty, and I think Sam in the chat as well. Lynx is also going Sleeping Beauty. We have Clover for Dark Sun Wukong. Kaguya from Hinata. And Gerald is also going on YouTube with Sleeping Beauty now for number 8. Edsonex is also agreeing with Sleeping Beauty at number 8. Okay, so
I would not say Dark Sun Wukong. She's probably the only unit I've ever regretted skipping.
Oh, really?
It's
the only
crazy.
one?
Yes.
Wow, okay,
yes.
that's a big statement. Wow, okay, yeah, I mean, fair. If she pops off, I think she's the craziest of all units. When you basically get her to pop off. I mean, that potential from just 5 fully fledged strong SSRs, just coming from 1 SSR basically, is really, really strong.
Yeah.
And so you're saying Dark Sun Wukong should come later on.
Yeah. I don't think she's 8.
Okay, yeah,
like 6 and higher.
I mean, I think I can reveal the number 8 now. We have some discussions here, and I think it will come to a surprise to many. Actually, the result of this unit, it is a unit that has quite high usage still, 88% at that. It is the number 2 in the Americas, so very, very high there. And she actually gained power compared to last month. And it is none other than Sleeping Beauty. So that was correct from some of you guys. that was indeed Sleeping Beauty, and I am a bit surprised myself that she is rising again. Then again, think about the Thorn sorry, too many th sounds. The Thorn mechanic that is actually increasing in power as long as there's no burn revival around. So Sleeping Beauty basically counters things like Dark Sun Wukong quite well, I think. Also, Dark Cinderella is not really doing well with Thorns. So a lot of strong recent releases are actually pushing Sleeping Beauty. So I think that's a bit of a surprise, but I think that there is a rationale for that. So I'm not insanely surprised by it. But still, of course, if you look at the regional rankings, she's still hard carried by the Americas, where the kind of cursed sleep mechanic is just much more popular, which can be seen with Bright Reset as well. But yeah, that's a 110k true power gain, and therefore it is a unit that will actually pay dividends to all the shareholders that actually have a long position on Sleeping Beauty, which I think is not that many. All right, but
most people sold because of Cerberus.
Yeah. I think a lot of people sold Sleeping Beauty. I mean, let me quickly check. I didn't update this view, but wasn't a lot of orders coming in since then. Yeah, Sleeping Beauty was really heavily sold. So that is definitely a surprise based on the market actions that were happening. Kiyo is still waiting for Himiko. Archie is lamenting his PP, but it should be fine. There's a lot of things happening, and we will see later on. We'll have to implement some stuff, but I think then we will see where everybody comes out after this tumultuous results. I knew it since I never pulled her. I mean, Sleeping Beauty, I think at 1 copy still super great. I'm still using her at 1 copy as well. But yeah, of course, losing some viability compared to many months ago. But yep, I think number 8 still deserved, and so we can move on to the number 7, which is yet again another unit, of course. So what are you guys' for number 7 now that Sleeping Beauty is out of the way, basically? Let me know.
I think this is a good fit for Odin.
Odin. Any particular reason? I think she was number 6 previously, right?
Yeah, she was number 6. So I don't think she's gonna surpass any of the previous top 5. And we do need to make way for Dark Cindy. So I think she could still fit in at number 7, primarily because of her stun. Her stun really does take a unit out of the game.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, all the Ravens, even though we have now more super poison counters against them, are still pseudo guards in the best sense. So still super strong units, especially in the later platoons. I think Odin will stay relevant for quite a long time. So number 7, yes, they're definitely warranted, I think. Edsonix is going with Himiko meanwhile. Kiyo also with Himiko. Oh, we have a lot of Himiko fans, I think. But yeah, yet again, I feel reminded of December.
There's a lot of Himiko fans.
We have Jason going with Cerberus again. Okay, one last time, basically giving it another chance. We have Clover going with Odin. Oh, actually, changing that to Cerberus as well. Asher is going with Kaguya, I think repeatedly as well, waiting for that drop, kind of. Hinata is going with Water Anya. I'm not sure if anybody is thinking in that direction right now. Top 3, 100%. Kiyo is saying about Water Anya. Kaguya, I guess, as well from Sam. Hinata is saying Himiko. Caramel is joining us as well, so he's saying Odin. Okay, Blood Moon is still going with Loki. Okay, that would be rather interesting at this point, to be fair. Lucky Bull is saying Odin as well. All right. Yeah, I think we have quite. I would say, I mean, in terms of how diverging opinions can be, it seems like pretty much a consensus here between Odin, Cerberus, and Himiko. And I am gonna reveal the number 7 now, so we can move on yet again. It is actually a storm unit. It is a storm unit that actually gained true power. So there will be some dividend paid for anybody who has a long position on that unit. 82% usage, top 11 across all regions. 128 days since release. It is Odin at number 7. So congrats for everybody who got that right. Odin actually gaining true power, so that's rather interesting, I think. But I mean, we already mentioned some reasons why Odin could be very strong. Gerald also got it correct on YouTube, by the way, the Odin guess. Very, very nice. Clover saying I'm stupid. I mean, not really. I mean, you said, okay, Odin will not lose a position. Odin lost a position, but actually gained true power. So I think still kind of fair there. Some people giving up on Himiko now. But yeah. Stray is saying, oh, I did say she'd go down. Yeah, I mean, she did go down in ranks, but in true power, she actually went up, which is the interesting thing for the market price. So let's see. And Lynx is saying, okay, where is Angel Jeanne? I mean, I don't know, guys. Do you think we will still see her in the top 6? I think she was previously top 5 at some point, but Hachi saying no. Okay, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, we also have to think about how much
She
space is there still, right?
Yeah. Considering the other contenders, she wouldn't keep up.
I think
She's
that's
best when she has other stealth units, but right now Kaguya is the only person that can make use of her stealth zone skill.
Yeah.
So otherwise, it's pretty much as if she only has 3 active skills.
Yeah.
Since that one is pretty much a waste if you're not in a stealth team.
Yeah, I agree. I think if we see another strong stealth unit released, then maybe we see another push for Angel Jeanne, like we saw when Kaguya was released. But right now, it's a bit of a difficult environment, maybe for her.
Yeah.
But let's see. Let's see. On that note, maybe what are you guys' guesses for the number 6 position in the SSR World Rankings of March?
Kaguya. I'm going with Kaguya.
Kaguya would be down 2 ranks.
Dark Cindy.
Okay, Jason going with Dark Cinderella. Escher is going with Otohime. Interesting. Okay, Rakibul also saying Kaguya. Extra Force is saying Dark Cindy. Last time Loli dominated the ranks. Well, basically Anya dominated the ranks last time. Kaguya from Hinata. Extra Force is saying Otohime. Lynx is saying Dark Sun Wukong. Lover is agreeing with Dark Cinderella. Edsnix is also going with Otohime. Sam is saying Kaguya. Ray is saying Dark Cindy is a nightmare. I like how fights are at least over quick with her, not drag on forever like with Dizan. Okay, yeah, I mean that's fair. If Dark Cinderella gets rolling, it can really be a very quick cleanup of units that are usually super survivable. I mean, that's actually a good point. I think somebody like Dark Cinderella is actually also a good counter to Angel Jeanne. You think about it, because her passive Michaela's Rescue does not trigger against her. That's just one of the examples. Yeah. Io is going with Kaguya as well. Sam is saying, okay, Dark Cinderella should come in higher. Bloodmoon is going with Kaguya as well. Wait, Archie, your guess was also Kaguya, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing Kaguya.
Gerald on YouTube
I
is also
mean,
saying
he's not
Kaguya.
bad, but yeah, it's like I mostly still use her for her curse passive
Yeah.
that always makes sure that one person is asleep.
Yeah,
But
it's really
otherwise, her damage is not that good. 70 TU and 100 TU single target. It's
true.
good, but it's not like
I mean, she
that
does have a 2
impressive.
target, right? The moonlight skill is quite nice if
Yeah,
there's some sleeping
Moon
targets. But in general, I agree. I mean,
yeah,
the thing is, Kaguya really banks on the fact that you put a lot of units asleep, and if we see more and more sleep wards and stuff like that introduced, and of course also if Burn is re-rising again, then Kaguya will struggle a bit more because she just basically has that kind of endure that she just gets back whenever a sleeping enemy has the turn. All right. I think we can reveal it, although I think Lucky Bull, I'm not sure. I think you have some background noise going on there. But I think we can reveal it. I think, yeah, there was definitely a mention of the number 6, but I think it was only mentioned once actually. So that is rather interesting. We have a unit at number 6 that actually fell in rank, but still gained true power. He's at 58% usage, and it has been 58 days since her release. Stark Sun Wukong at number 6. Yes. Although she's number 3 in Japan. I have to say that. But the other regions are really lagging behind in terms of Dark Sun Wukong adaptation. Again, this might be due to the fact that Dark Sun Wukong was the 4th 1 week new unit banner in a row in January. So maybe some people were just running out of soul stones to get her.
yeah.
But yeah, 58% usage, considering that pretty low usage, her true power is actually still pretty high. So you can see that she seems to be performing extremely well if she is used. And as I said, she did actually gain true power. So despite the fact that she lost 1 rank, she will actually gain in market price, and everybody who has a Dark Sun Wukong position in the Evertrade game will actually get some dividend paid out for Dark Sun Wukong. So yeah, I think Dark Sun Wukong. How do I say this? I mean, I use Dark Sun Wukong myself, but it's sometimes difficult to apply her. I think it's
Yeah,
probably.
can be a hit or miss.
Sorry, say that again.
Depending on it can be a hit or miss depending on which
Yeah,
units get to go before her.
exactly. And I mean, she is kind of restricted because of her kind of single target attack. Of course, she cannot ignore any passives, which is all pretty nice, but nevertheless, it just doesn't work with some units as well as maybe some others. So that might be a reason. But all that being said, I mean, number 6 and 6.7 true power, 6.7 million true power is still very, very high ranking for Dark Sun Wukong. And I mean, in terms of single character carry potential, she is probably much closer to the top. And yeah, but let's see how we go further with the top 5. We had some interesting stuff now with the last, I think with the last 3 units actually, Sleeping Beauty, Odin, and Dark Sun Wukong. They all gained true power. I mean, it wasn't a lot of true power, but still they all gained true power, but they still lost 1 rank. I'm not sure if you guys saw that pattern, but maybe it points to some other unit overtaking them with much
And
more
there should
power.
probably be a unit entering top 10, possibly a new unit.
True, should be probably a new unit, or I don't know. I think who from the previous top 10 we didn't see was probably Angel Jeanne, the only one so far. And so Angel Jeanne or another new unit, or maybe Himiko, like some fans hope are hoping still, is overtaking all these units with some bigger true power increase. But I think we already have some guesses in the chat for number 5. Let me quickly catch up on those. We have Kiyo saying Kaguya, we have Hinata saying Kaguya, Clover Kaguya, Caramel is praying for Kaguya downfall. Lynx is going with Kaguya. Rakibul is going for Kaguya. Himikins, is that the fan name now from the Himiko guys? Yes. Kiyo is saying Kaguya or Himiko, I suppose. Etsunek saying Kaguya or Otohime. Okay, Otohime at number 5. Interesting. Blood Moon is still going with Himiko. Jason is going with Dark Cinderella to mix it up a little. Appreciate that. Asha is going with Kaguya. Iyo is asking about Yukata Ludmilla, and no, she is not included in these rankings yet. I mean, at this point, she's been out for 2 days or something, but the bigger important part is that the data was collected before she was even out. So there's no impact from Yukata Ludmilla, and she herself is not included in the rankings yet. Exactly, that's next. Yeah, 2 new right now. Hey, I think a lot of people, I think maybe 80% are going with Kaguya. Archie, did you also place a guess? Also on Kaguya, or?
I'd have to go with Kaguya.
People seem to be agreeing overall here. And I'm gonna reveal the new number 5 now. Sam is also saying Kaguya for sure. Lionel on YouTube is saying hi. Hello, and Gerald is also saying Kaguya. So I think there's quite a majority vote basically on Kaguya here right now. Let's see if people are correct. We have at number 5 a unit that actually lost true power. Even though it is a unit that is still in use by 81%. And in 3 regions, she is top 5. And so that kind of secures her the number 5 spot, I suppose, to some degree. We have at number 5, like most of you guessed, Kaguya with 364,000 true power lost compared to February. So he is losing quite a bit. But yeah, congrats on all the correct guesses. Now I feel like we are more fine-tuned in terms of getting those correct guesses right away. Kaguya is dropping a little bit, although I personally, I'm still somewhat impressed to see her holding up that well. But yeah, I mean, Kaguya is still a nice counter as long as you don't run into any burn. You can work even with some of these poison units because the Cursed Sleep cannot be overwritten. So yeah, that is definitely interesting. Asha in chat is saying overpaid for Otohime in the IPO. It seems to become a bit more likely now. Stray hates Kaguya because she never was able to pull her. I mean, that's fair. I also only pulled her on the second banner. But yeah, if I knew that Dark Sun Wukong would be released soon afterwards, maybe I wouldn't have done that because I thought I would be using Kaguya in the Platoon 1 for a bit longer. But yeah, still Kaguya, a strong force to be reckoned with. Number 8 in Japan is a downwards trend though. And let's move on to the number 4 in the rankings. What could be the number 4? Any guesses from you guys? Lynx is saying Dark Cinderella. Asher saying Dark Cinderella. Hinata is saying Cleo. Or is trying to say Cleo. Etsunix is saying it's a new unit, either Otohime or Dark Cinderella, with Clover saying Dark Cinderella.
Light Anya.
Ooh.
That's
Archie?
Cinderella.
Jason is going with Dark Cinderella as well. Archie going a bit against the grain here and saying 2 ranks down for Light Anya. Well, I mean, could see it happening, especially now with the new guard releases. She might not be as omnipotent anymore. Although, as we said before, Yukata Ludmilla was not in the game when the data was collected yet.
Yep.
But still, I mean, Light Anya, especially if we think about a new unit release like Dark Cinderella.
Mm.
Dark Cinderella is really a hard counter against Light Anya,
Yeah.
and many of these
I'm
other
thinking
dark
about the
units too.
combination of Dark Cinderella and Cleo. So if Cleo's pushback doesn't get her, then maybe Cindy's
Yeah.
Devastator would get her.
Yeah. I mean, that's some fair guesses here. Sam is also going with Dark Cinderella. I think we have many Dark Cinderella guesses, one Cleo and one Light Anya guess here so far. If I'm not mistaken, Axel Force is also going with Dark Cinderella. Asha is saying Otohime is asleep. She couldn't attend top 10 meeting. Nice. Maybe. I mean, definitely a strong sleep force. Destroyer is joining us as well. That's nice. His favorite Kaguya did drop a little bit, but still holding on quite well, as we said before. Kaguya is not out of the list. Yeah, Light Anya, second oldest unit on there after Storm Jeanne. That's true. But I think for number 4, I can make the reveal already, although I think, I'm not mistaken, we didn't really get a bet on her, except maybe one. And I'm gonna reveal it now. We have quite a drop from this unit. And it is, yeah, exactly, Destroyer and Axel Force.
Low.
And I think Asha or Hinata got it first. Cleopatra at number 4 with 10% true power loss. That's actually quite a drop here from her.
Why though?
She seems to be struggling. I think her Platoon 1 usage actually went down quite a bit. And now with Violet, I mean, but that's not in the data yet. But yeah, this would maybe help her, or maybe not help her as well with the unbanishable Violet. But yeah, I'm not sure. Cleopatra, I had quite a few people. I mean, Cleopatra was SSS tier in my latest tier list because she was top 3. And quite a few people were saying Cleopatra is overrated here. And now the data starts, I guess, to agree a little bit. But I mean, number 4, to be honest, is still super, super strong. But yeah, I mean, the passive ignores, for example, the Dark Cinderella release, not so nice for Cleopatra after the bug was fixed, because now she will definitely die to something like a demolition rate from Dark Cinderella, even though there is an imposter on the enemy team. So yeah, her survivability is dropping with more and more passive ignores being introduced. And so yeah, I think maybe that's part of the reason, although Cleopatra is still a super strong unit, number 5 in Japan, and only number 9 in Americas. That still amounts to a 4th place, given that she only had her first banner yet and has 72% usage. So yeah, that's number 4 for you guys, and we are really closing in to the very, very top units now. Given that Cleopatra was previously number 3, so she's also down 1 rank, which is the same for Kaguya, for Dark Sun Wukong, for Odin, for Sleeping Beauty. They are all down 1 rank. It seems like there's still a surprise waiting for us, or rather a big riser. So let's see who will come next, guys. What are your guesses for the number 3 spot?
Dark Cinderella is probably the most logical one in my eyes right now.
Okay, Archie going with Dark Cinderella. I think Axel Force is agreeing as well. Lynx is agreeing. Asher is agreeing. Clover is agreeing. Rakibul is agreeing. But we also have some guesses on Light Anya, like Archie's one before.
I will say like Anya.
Jason is now going with Light Anya, switching it up. Hinata is also going with Light Anya as his Destroyer. Gerald on YouTube is saying Dark Cinderella. Kiyo is saying Dark Cinderella, but hoping Kimiko. Well, let's see. Aufzug-chan is saying Light Anya. Destroyer is actually saying Dark Cinderella will be number 1. Okay. Sam is saying Dark Cinderella, but not 100% sure. Bloodmoon is saying the next 2 are lowlies. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Excel Force is saying, okay, maybe Dark Cinderella number 1 in April. Okay. So sees the potential there. Glover is saying no limit on Dark Cindy power. Oh yeah, Destroyer actually raising a good point. I mean, if we think we still see the 2 Anyas in the top 3 that were previously top 2, both of them are rather vulnerable to Dark Cinderella because all their passives will not help them against Dark Cinderella that is in Berserker mode. So I think that's a very, very good argument right there for Dark Cinderella's power, or why we could see her in these top 3 of this month already, despite her only being out for less than a month. Hinata is going with Light Anya. And let's see. I mean, I think everybody is basically guessing Light Anya or Dark Cinderella. Is anybody thinking Water Anya could drop from number 1 to number 3 right now?
Oh. Hmm.
Seems like it's not the case.
No, I don't think she fall that much.
I mean, she was
That's
really
a
high.
lot.
So yeah,
Yeah, she was. That's a lot of power loss.
exactly. Yeah, that would be huge power loss. And I mean, looking at the market on Evertrade, I think many people are actually saying, okay, that she's actually still gonna rise even further, even though she's already above the 10 million mark. And he's saying, okay, Water Anya still in top 1.
Mhm.
Destroyer saying, anyways, number
If
3.
anything, I think was Anya will lose power. But given the amount of power that she already had and how many people were buying her, I did not want to take that risk.
Fair. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna reveal it now because I mean we have already all these guesses, and I think basically everybody is on Light Anya or Dark Cinderella. Although I think there was a remote Otohime guess in there as well. We have at number 3 a unit that is number 1 in Europe, and that is top 4 in every single region. Is actually the unit that has the that has the highest usage overall in my dataset, and it is Light Anya at number 3. Down 270k in true power, but still top 4 in every region, and she has 98% usage, so pretty much every single top team is running Light Anya. But yeah, she is definitely losing some, and I think that also came to a surprise for some of the bettors who actually bought Light Anya, thinking it would go up further. But it is becoming a bit more tricky now. Although Light Anya still has the kind of big plus in terms of guarding that she is the latest SSR guard that is released that can work in every team, because that is not true for Bright Lancelot and Yukata Ludmilla, who cannot work in Burn. And Cerberus is basically only Burn, so she kind of still has that spot as the universal SSR guard, which makes her so good. And she counters some stuff, but she doesn't seem to counter some of the most recent Dark releases. And yeah, so we don't see a number 1, number 2 Anya again.
She was 3 for the longest while, and then she rose for a little bit, and now she's back.
You mean Light Anya?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm thinking actually. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I'm not
She
sure.
was number 3 during the
Mhm.
Cinderella and Stormzy
Oh yeah,
era.
yeah, yeah. True, true. He gained some traction later on, and yeah, Bright Lancelot couldn't touch her. But who could be number 2 then? What are the guesses now? We have Rocky Bull saying Dark Cinderella at number 2.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Dark Cinderella.
Yeah, everybody seems to agree. If I scroll through the chat now, let me check. But we have Dark Cinderella guesses from Hinata, from Aufzug-chan, Kiyo, Edson. Edsonix is saying number 2 Otohime, okay. Lynx is saying Dark Sin. Hinata.
Yeah. The
Oh,
thing
actually,
is,
okay. Yeah.
Dark Cindy does have the potential to overtake Water Anya. But Water Anya is kind of her weakness considering she's a sleep unit if I have to categorize her.
Yeah. I mean, Water Anya, to be fair, is a unit that can work in any team. I even saw her some top teams using her in a burn team just because of that nice burn entry that she triggers then. And I mean, if you put some enemy units to sleep, it doesn't really hurt the burn team per se, I guess. But yeah, definitely leaning harder into the sleep skill set on Water Anya. Yeah. While Dark Cinderella, I guess, is pretty universal. Even though, yeah, burn is not super ideal for her, she can work there as well, I think. Trey is still saying Himiko for number 2, or hoping for Himiko at number 2. It's an brave with the Otohime, I guess, I suppose, yeah. I think we have Destroyer and Clover who are saying number 2 Water Anya, so a bit out of the general consensus here. We also have Medkey going with Water Anya. Escher is saying Dark is low in synergy, so Dark Cindy alone cannot reach top 1 yet. I'm not sure about that argument because on the one hand, we had more and more Dark releases over the last months, and on the other hand, we have in Dark Cinderella a unit that can work in sleep teams as well, and many other forms of teams. Sorry, saying a lot of people pulled Dark Cinderella just because Light Cinderella was also super OP. I mean, it is a good sign, to be fair, because I mean, we think back Light Jeanne when she was released, although that was I think 2020, was super strong. Then we had Dark Jeanne 1 year later, and she was also super strong. Got the number 1 spot. Storm Jeanne later on yet again, and now basically we have a Cinderella dynasty besides the Anya dynasty and the Jeanne dynasty. So yeah, makes sense to have some people have some name recognition for Cinderella and just go for her because of that. All right. I think. Kiyo is also saying Dark Cindy is RNG, so uncontrollable. Okay. Sorry, somebody wanted to say
Is it
something?
though? Doesn't she only have one RNG skill? And it's the Shatter Blast.
Yeah, true. I think so. I mean,
And it's not like it's the RNG is only for her to get an extra turn. I don't think
yeah.
she really relies on it.
Yeah, I think RNG for Dark Cinderella is actually not that bad. It's more about her order of doing things, or when she's encountering a sleep team, which might just avoid her getting or doing anything during the turn altogether. But yeah, I think the sleep weakness is definitely there right now. Okay, a lot of discussions now. I'm losing a bit of track. Himiko weak against Toad Ground Plus guards. Ban him. I mean, it's true, to be fair, because yeah, Himiko is struggling against a few types of units, most notably Poison, which has been on the rise. TRU carried Dark Cindy for using her as starter Dark Cindy #1. I don't think I have that kind of influence yet, but let's see. Some people hoping for Dark Cinderella at #1. Most people, I think, still going with Water Anya at #1 so far. But for now, I think we can focus on the #2, then still think about who #1 gonna be. Let me prepare the quick reveal. And Jason actually raised a good point here. Light, we didn't see a really strong light release for a very, very long time now. Dark actually overtook the light element in my rankings, I think, last month for the first time in, I think, in 2 years. So yeah, Dark is really, really back now, while Light is struggling a bit. But nevertheless, that is actually a good metaphor for our #2 spot here, because previously we had a very, very light, very, very strong light form of her, and now we have at #2 Dark Cinderella with a true power of 9.1 million.
Nice.
So everybody who got her in the
Nice.
IPO definitely made a great bargain price. I think it was something like 7.5 million or something. So big increase for everybody who got that in the IPO. And yeah, she's top 3 in every region except the Americas. She's already at 82% usage. So that is already quite high. Yeah, Dark Cinderella, I mean, we also already had a lot of mentions why she is probably so high. I mean, that kind of attack 2 demolition rate that actually can ignore passives if she is in Berserker mode is just insane. And then you can also get into a cycle where it's like, okay, she uses the Savage Storm, which is 1 time unit, then she uses the Shatter Blast, which might give her the turn again, then she uses the Savage Storm again, because the only lock is that she needs to deal damage with another attack. So there's just so many things. And of course, the kind of Spirit Crash, which also puts a stop to very Spirit reliant teams. So yeah, really, really good. The only big weakness is sleep, but we see more and more supports, maybe also somebody like Yukata Ludmilla, that will help against this kind of sleep weakness. So I think Dark Cinderella definitely a unit to look out for, and really, really strong with the kind of passive ignores, because everybody who saw her take out a Water Anya, a Light Anya, maybe a Dark Cinderella, which is funnily enough one of her strongest counters, can know that Dark Cinderella is really, really somebody who can make or break a battle for you or against you. So yeah, that is why Dark Cinderella has the 9 million true power right now, but that still leaves us with the
Wait,
#1. What's up, Archie?
but no, I was just checking out the true power
Ah, yeah, okay.
for what on it. She's still above, because she's at 10 million, so she's still above.
Right, last time she had 10 million. Let's see if where she lands this time, or if she actually dropped from the top 10. I mean, some people in the chat saying Himiko easily on #1 now. We have maybe we have 2 units past 10 million true power. Well, maybe in the next ranking. This one, it's not possible anymore. Clover is saying Water Anya rounded up to 10 million true power, so maybe below already. The fall of lollies is confirmed. Interesting conversations going on here. But let me just quickly reveal it, because why wait any longer? Stray is saying, "Do you better cover how much we love Himiko?" I think that the current event is definitely showing this publicly to a wide audience that Himiko has a great fan base. And let's
I
see
did not know that. That's interesting.
the Himiko fan base. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
it's a bit new for me as well, but it explains why we had this situation in December. But I mean, maybe Himiko had the big comeback. I mean, she did have her second banner recently, right? I think at the beginning of February. I'm not sure. Maybe that hit through and pushed her up. But here we go. Let me reveal the new number one to you. As always, we have the number 11 here, and that is Angel Jeanne. I think Clover actually guessed that. Yes. Oh, I just had a little echo, but I think Clover had that correctly just when we were talking about number 10s and number 9s, that maybe Angel Jeanne is number 11, and she really is there right now. She actually lost some true power, quite a bit actually, 10% down, 74% usage, and she's actually only top 10 in rest of Asia. Every other region does not feature her as a top 10 unit. So yeah, I think the arguments that were mentioned earlier is already a good explanation in terms of, okay, we don't see a lot of strong stealth units right now, only one being Kaguya pretty much, and Kaguya is on a downwards trend as well, so Angel Jeanne is not quite there. Axel was here with the this is fine. Oh, actually animated version, nice. And I am apparently possibly getting a lot of hate here from the Himikins, the fan club of Himiko, if I don't reveal the number one Himiko next. So yeah, I think maybe I have to just bite. What is it called? Bite the sour apple or something. I'm not sure if that's a saying, but let me reveal to you the next big reveal, basically. So just looking for edge, and here we go. We have big reveal coming up, and Nico is here. She's actually
13.
at number 13.
That's not really bad. Not really bad.
Absolutely. I mean, she's still holding on quite well.
She's still holding on quite well.
Oh, I think average person, we have a little bit of echo. Ah, thanks. But yeah, that is actually not too bad, but she is down 13%. She is number 13. She has 69% usage. Nice. And now I have a war at my hands from the Himikans. Oh man. Coming to your house to throw these electronics out. No more making false content. Oh my goodness. Exelforce sold one stock of Himiko. That's definitely getting him a good amount of money there. Edsonic is asking no Otohime. Otohime number 12. Let me get this right again. Interesting. Guys, we will stand and unite. Okay, let's see. I mean, I think we just should do another reveal now, because have been it's been over an hour already after the initial technical difficulties. We've gotten into a nice little flow, and let me quickly show you now for the maybe final reveal. I mean, we still haven't shown the number one yet, so I think there's still some tension here who it could be. It can't be Himiko, unfortunately, anymore, but still have some new units that didn't show themselves yet. And so let us see. Number one is Baltruck. Nice. Nice destroyer. Like
Cerberus.
in my top 24 video. Or Cerberus. Fair enough. See, here we go. A little reveal for you guys here as to Otohime, the newest water sleep unit with the double sleep entry and double nightmare dragon and so on and so forth, but rather low survivability. And so yeah, she is coming in at 4.2 million true power, or rather 4.3 at number 15 right now. She's only in the top 20 in Japan and the Americas. She's ranked number 16 in Japan, which is decent, but in Europe she didn't even make it into the top 30, and she's only at 43% usage. Compare that to the over 80% from Dark Cinderella, who was actually released later than Otohime. And you know that Otohime is definitely underperforming in comparison to her. Yeah, we have a lot of jump scares this time. But yeah, I think it's kind of nice to have some reveals here, and this is definitely the case here for Otohime. I'm actually surprised that a lot of people bid quite highly for her in the IPO. I mean, personally, in my review of whether you should pull or skip for Otohime, I was saying, okay, I think she will maybe only go to S or A tier, so not top 10 material for me. I still stand by that point. Let's see if that changes. But I think, yeah, Otohime just lacking in some ways and just having too many counters, to be honest.
Yeah, her skill set just wasn't that appealing when she came out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, 1 year ago or something, sure, she should be a top 5 unit. But I mean, we moved quite a bit in terms of the meta. So yeah, I think it's fair that she's actually number 15 right now. And let me quickly also reveal another unit, because we still don't know who the number 1 is, right? So I give you finally the number 1 now, because it has been a while. The number 1 is coming up, and okay, I have to correct myself a little bit here. It is it is the number 1, but with a 20 in front. That is Cerberus. Who comes in at 3.3 million true power, but keep in mind that it was only a few days since her release when the data was collected, so still has some time to pick up, and a release like Yukata Ludmilla might actually strengthen the burn meta again, so who knows where Cerberus goes next time. I think probably undervalued right now, Cerberus, but yeah, only 7% usage, so I mean, how much higher can the true power be than 3.3 million, to be fair? So not a lot of teams that integrated her in the first season where she was around. Let's see where she goes next time, which should give us a much more fair picture. Stray was actually continuing to play because of Himiko. Nice. All right. The IPO, yeah. I mean, in terms of the IPOs, just a little word on that. I think everybody who got shares in the Dark Cinderella IPO gained quite some PP, and the other ones, unfortunately, were not quite as successful, a bit overvalued. I think people a bit overstated their offers there. If we compare it even with the previous top 10, because I mean, anything above 5 million or 6 million true power is really already a very, very good unit. You always have to keep that in mind. So yeah, let's see. But now, now I'm no longer gonna make any jokes with you guys. I'm just gonna reveal the number 1 now, which I think is the big remaining question. Not as much who the number 1 is, but maybe more so what her true power is. So let me reveal you the number 1 finally. And it is a unit that has 96% usage. It has been exactly 100 days since her release. She is number 1 in Japan. She's number 1 in rest of Asia. She's number 2 in Europe. She's number 1 in Americas. And she is the same rank as last time with a very, very, very slight increase compared to last time. We have Water Anya coming in at 10.39 million true power.
Holy.
Damn, an increase.
Yeah, I didn't think he could go any higher.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising, but it's a good news for everybody who bought her, which were quite a lot of people, because at least a small dividend will be paid for everybody who holds Water Anya. But yeah, I mean, she went up to 96% usage, which is pretty much universal at this point. And the great thing about her is that she's pretty much in every Platoon 1 or Platoon 2 of every top player. So she's having lots of impact with the elemental circuit, with the power barrier, with her survivability. But yeah, somebody like Dark Cinderella is putting serious danger to her. But I mean, even Dark Cinderella and Water Anya can work well together. So I think it's fair. But yeah, plus 0.2% on the market price is very, 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 very minor, but it is still an increase. A lot of people celebrating. That's nice gifts here. But yeah, kind of crazy. Leander on YouTube as well saying crazy that she gained power, and yeah, I'm actually surprised that she did. But to be honest, Water Anya will still be relevant for a while. Although, I mean, I see it again and again. The air is very thin if you're above 10 million true power. You really have to like defend everything with tooth and nails your position in the meta to actually still keep that. So let's see if she can do it up until next time. Stray says it's good news because she fully awakened her. I mean, yeah, all good stuff. Let me quickly reveal to you. Unfortunately, we don't have the results on the betting, so on the Evertrade yet. I will have to show you guys later. And by the way, just in case some of you don't know it yet, we have a new Evertrade game going on my Discord server. It's free for everybody, and you just buy and sell all these top units if you think they will rise or they will fall in true power. And so it's basically a kind of ongoing trading game where we will see what the sentiment is for all these new units. We already have quite a few people who placed some great orders, and I think the trading will now resume after these rankings are released. There's a lot of info on my channel, but basically it's just about buying the units that you think will gain in the meta and selling the units that you think are actually going down. And so I hope to see some of you, if you're interested, join the fun here. We already have like 20 or so people trading there right now. And I think now to wrap it up, I'm gonna show you the rankings, the top 14, as per usual. So you can have it all in view what we saw today. And there's one more maybe interesting stuff that will be revealed from that, because we have another unit that is actually paying dividend. I think it's actually the unit that is paying the most dividend of all units this time, so actually gained the most true power. What are you saying?
Gilgamesh, maybe?
Gilgamesh, okay. Well, let's see. It is Bright Reset at number 14 now, who gained some nice amount of true power. I think 334,000. So everybody who was long on Bright Reset actually gained quite some nice EP returns. Although, I mean, she's still at 52% usage, so not picked up that heavily, especially if you compare it with Dark Cinderella or somebody like that, who is much higher in the rankings. But yeah, Briz is 14 right now.
Oh, there weren't a lot of gains this time.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it was unusually low gains this time. Although, I mean, in general, you would expect losses to be much more prevalent than gains. But yeah, it was very, very minor. Everything pretty stable. If you look at it, all these units making way for Dark Cinderella, but other than that, basically keeping their rank. And then, you know, some losses or some little gains, but overall very, very stable rankings this time around. I'm actually quite surprised by this. But we do see some heavy losers on the lower end, which are not shown here right now. But if you have if you have short positions on some of the dark units like King Arthur and Loki, you will have made quite a nice buck because both of them are losing roughly 1.4 million true power. King Arthur is actually very close to dropping out of the top 20 already. But yeah, that is very interesting stuff. Now I'm actually running out of things to say, and also my mouth is getting a bit dry. So I think we can wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed this new reveal. I think it will be very interesting to see where it goes next month, even more if you know, if we have some bigger shifts because of Yukata Ludmilla and maybe another release that is coming up until then. But I think that is it for today. And yeah, thank you all for joining. I think we had quite a big group. I didn't check yet on YouTube how many viewers we had, but here on Discord we, I think, permanently had over 10 people listening in and giving their opinions. Special thanks to Archie and Jason for also giving some voice input, and Average Person as well, I think. So thanks for that. So it's not just a monologue here from my side. Yeah, I think that is it, guys. If you want to say anything, any last words before we go offline from the YouTube live stream? You speak now, or
I guess I should
maybe.
say I really like this new game that you came up with. I feel like it's a lot more interactive and puts a lot more space for thought. So I really
Thank
like
you.
this idea.
Yeah, thanks. I think it's I think it can be a lot of fun actually, and I think the more people will join, the more we actually get a good view of where people think the meta is developing, even if we don't have any updated data right now. So, you know, we get some preliminary true power basically, even when I'm not collecting any data, which is definitely nice. And the IPO is also giving some indication of how strong people think units will become. So thanks for the feedback, Archie, and I hope it will be a lot of fun coming up. I have you know, some overviews that I will post to the channel as soon as possible, so people know what the current standings are and the kind of positions that are currently in the game. Just a quick note as well: all the positions that you have carry over now. I mean, now the true power is basically adjusted to the new values, and you can continue trading. So if you have 2 long positions on a unit, you can possibly sell up to 4, and but you cannot buy any additional ones, for example. But yeah, that's it for now. Thanks, Archie, for the feedback. Any other last words from others?
Well, you fooled a lot this time with the number 11 and more.
Yeah, I think we had a few more people fooled with the with a lot more releases. I mean, the number 11 isn't super fresh to to this channel. I've been doing this for quite a long time. but the Otohime release, the Cerberus release, and so on, that were quite some reveals that kind of delayed the number 1 release. So I think people got a bit surprised. Thanks for that feedback. Destroyer saying any last
True. With the sudden new releases, the ranking is gonna be different from now on, since this game is releasing new units after another.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be interesting for sure.
For sure, yeah. It will stay interesting. I'm really curious to see if there are some bigger waves soon, because as we said, This time it was rather stable, except for Dark Cinderella kind of rising like a star. Everybody else kind of kept their position pretty much. So yeah, not a whole lot going on. Destroyer saying any last words like TRU is mass killing everyone. No, that is not my intention. So you can rest assured and hopefully have a nice rest of your day or your night, depending on where you are watching this or if you are watching this live. But yeah, thank you all for joining. That was a lot of fun, and hope to see you soon on some other events or just on my Discord channel and in the Evertrade game, ideally. All right, I think I'm wrapping it up now. Thank you guys. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to become a true carrot. Yeah, I had to say that, of course. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Farewell for now.